6:41 on this Thursday morning. This smells so good, you guys. If you have a lot of zucchini in your house because the garden just went crazy, Cynthia Ferich is here to help. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Kristen?
I'm good, thank you. Okay, let's just get cooking.
Sure.
Zucchini everywhere, right?
There is zucchini everywhere, and when zucchini grows, it grows. And it takes over your garden. So this is the bumper crop of zucchini.
Which, I mean, you can only cook it so many ways.
That's
you can
right.
only have it for dinner so many ways. Now it's time to make it into dessert.
That's right.
Okay.
And it's actually a bread.
Which is even better.
That's right. And this is my grandmother's recipe. This is noni zucchini bread.
Noni zucchini bread. Delicious. Okay, what are we talking about here?
Well, what I love most, other than the flavor of this delicious bread, is when you bake this, your house smells wonderful. So I baked it into a bread, but I wanted to also give the viewers some other options.
Yes.
So we have muffins.
Yes.
We have cupcakes with a cream cheese frosting.
Sold.
And this is the baby bunt.
It's adorable. It's adorable.
So all I did with the cream cheese frosting here was just watered or milked it down a little bit,
thinned it out.
drizzled it, and sprinkled it with some cinnamon.
Okay, tell us about the bread.
The bread recipe, and actually let's demo this.
Okay, let's do it.
So we have to start with, let's do our eggs.
Okay.
So we have 4 eggs.
Oh, I like your whisk. Where'd you get that? That's a cool looking one.
I know. You can get them in any kitchen stores, really, but it's flat.
Yeah, it's flat.
Which makes it nice to whisk.
And it doesn't splash all over you. That's so good.
It doesn't. So we'll whisk those, and I've reduced the fat. So the original recipe calls for 1.5 cups of oil.
Okay.
So I've reduced it by 3/4 cups applesauce, and then 3/4 cups of oil, and I've substituted olive oil.
Genius.
So we'll put that in.
It's going to make it nice and moist.
Yeah. Then we'll add our sugar.
What kind of sugar do you use?
This is pure cane sugar.
Why do you like that?
Because it's a non-GMO. It's strictly from the palm sugar, and it gives it a little bit of a molasses kind of a flavor.
Yes.
Okay, and then we'll add our flour.
This is also easy.
And yesterday I played, so this is a whole wheat pastry flour.
Okay.
Which when I bake, I like to use the pastry flour, not the regular whole wheat flour.
Okay.
And then to this we're going to add our soda and baking powder, okay, then there's our salt.
Why do you like the pastry flour?
It's lighter.
Okay.
So it's not as heavy. Okay, and then here's our cinnamon.
That's the fun stuff.
Oh, and it
makes
smells so good.
We have about a minute left.
And then here are dates, chopped dates. Now with the dates, you sprinkle it with some flour.
Okay.
So that when you bake it, it doesn't sink to the bottom.
That's the trick?
That's the trick. Same thing with chocolate chips when you're baking.
Really?
Really.
Raisins too?
Raisins too. Okay, and then we have our
head just
nuts.
exploded. That's amazing.
Nuts, and then the star of the show is the zucchini.
With the zucchini, you've spiral cut it, right?
I spiralized it, or if you don't have a spiralizer, just grate it or chop it.
And it gets, do you have to let it dry out a little bit? Got to get the moisture out, or is it okay just to go as is?
It's as is, and I did this yesterday.
Oh, perfect.
So it's fine. And with zucchini, the dates, it adds a lot of moisture. So we basically just mix this all together, add it to a greased pan, and this recipe makes 2 loaves.
Okay.
So I made 1 loaf yesterday, and then with the rest I made muffins and baby buns and cupcakes, and here you have the final.
Delicious. Is the recipe in the cookbook?
It is in the cookbook.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right, Cynthia, thank you so much for coming to see us. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks for having me.
Time for zucchini bread
Yes.
cupcake breakfast, and I see Christine coming over. We